They came to the mountains chasing freedom, fortune, and a better life. But like many in crypto, they lost the trail. Buried by scams, fake yields, empty promises, and vaporware. When the mountain turns against you, hype will not save you. Rescue takes something stronger.
Someone save us.
Something steady, transparent, built to endure.
Bless you, you majestic beast.
A safer path through the storm.
Sir, you are safe now. Nobody here is launching a token tonight.
Bernard Bonds, saving you from the crypto trenches.
Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Ryan and Degenerate Passive Income coming to you this evening, Tuesday. What is it? April something, 28th. Beautiful day out here in northern Minnesota, 30 degrees, of course, but hey, it's April. We are here. Once again, like we are every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, guys. Nobody else does this in the space, just us, okay? 100% transparency, doxed founders, doxed wallets. That is what you need. That is what you demand. We have a ton to talk about tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to try to keep it. We always say we're going to keep it an hour. It always goes an hour and a half. Last week, we went an hour and 45 minutes. So we're a little bit long-winded, but you know what? Me and AJ are bullish on crypto for some reason. Maybe we're idiots. I don't know. Well, we are idiots. So, I mean, I can accept that. It doesn't matter to me, but I don't know about AJ, but I know I am. But we're here again in front of you. We're bullish on crypto. I'm a perma bull on Bitcoin. AJ is a perma bull on ETH. I'm a perma bull on ETH too as well. But we all know that Bitcoin needs to go up. You know, it went up to like 79. Now it's back down to like 76 or whatever. And it can't decide what it's doing. You've got institutional money taking profits and people dumping. I mean, there's the 1 hour chart, guys. I mean, it's ugly, but what do you do? When in doubt, ladies and gentlemen, you want to zoom out, okay? I like to look at the 24-hour chart, which shows for the last, about over a month, okay? It's up and to the right. Everyone gets depressed. We have been up and to the right for the last month. This is a healthy chart, okay? A month ago today, we were at 64,000. Right now, we're at 76,000. If you do the math, that is a lot of percentage in 30 days, okay? Even more than some of what these Ponzi's are making and promising. But I'm okay with this chart. Okay, as long as we see up and to the right, I'm good with it. I love it. I love crypto. With that said, AJ, thank you for taking the time, of course, with me this evening. I know for our DeFi date night, I know you're busy, but I feel it's super important that we come on here every week and talk about things because we've got a lot going on in the space. So welcome back to the channel.
Yeah, thanks, Ryan. No doubt, bro. Always happy to be here. And yeah, man. I mean, again, a year or more than that now. We've been doing our own AMAs, and then going on a year or more with you every week. You know, we're out here. We're showing our face. We're discussing in real time what's happening. And I'm with you. I mean, you know, we may be idiots, right? I would agree with that too. Especially over the last, 4 years of really the peak euphoria of the last bull run. Portfolios are obliterated, but overall, you can't argue that crypto is here to stay. And maybe you can, but if you do think that, then again, I don't think this AMA or any of our protocols is for you. But if you do believe that, I think that the future is crazy, crazy powerful, especially, and I know we talked about this on many AMAs, the AI revolution, right? So the intro video, I've been doing a lot with AI. That was AI, obviously bringing on, crypto or fiat and traditional, finance onto crypto rails. That is the future. And last but not least, AI agents. I mean, again, there's this huge push for, AI both in the workplace and in the financial markets. And AI is not going to be transacting in, paper money. So there has to be a solution, and crypto is it. And I know I've heard some really some interesting news through the grapevine on the strategic Bitcoin reserve again. So I think there's a lot of things. Obviously, with the geopolitical conflict in Iran, a lot of settlements being done in crypto. All of those things point to where the future is headed. And again, there's definitely some conspiracy theories on, why crypto was created in the first place. I guess FUD on the dollar, but all that, what it really boils down to is the scarcity trade, right? To be able to get into an asset that doesn't have inflation, that is you're able to transact, $1 million for like what 2 cents of a transaction fee. That those sort of things are just a no-brainer. That tells me crypto is here to stay. So a little bit of soapbox. You got me fired up already, Ryan. But yeah, I think we're looking really good. And honestly, like you said, when in doubt, zoom out, right? So the last month, even though today's been a bloodbath, the last month has been really bullish. So I think that we do to see this chop up and to the right throughout the summer, and then hopefully, we really start turning on the printer go burr, right? Hopefully by the end of the year, and we get a real bull run. So.
Yeah, exactly. If you do the math at the exactly 1 month ago, we went up 20%. Okay, we're at 64. Now we're at 76. That's 20%, guys, in a month. So there's nothing wrong with that. It could go up 5% a month for all I care. Up and to the right, that's all we need. That's all we're looking for. And eventually you are going to see the God candles and, daily. And that's when everybody gets excited. And then people start buying the top, and selling the bottoms. That's just human nature. I mean, that's what happens, guys. I've done it. AJ has too. We all do it. Everyone's prone to it. So it's not the end of the world. Those of you that, there's people there, I've never bought the top and, all this other jazz. They're liars. Okay. Everybody's done it. Don't be ashamed. Like I'll admit when I make mistakes. It's crazy. But with that said, I want to talk about a couple of things. I've done videos on them, guys. I want to talk about 2 protocols, or actually 3, but they're going to be really quick. Okay. The first one is going to be, I don't even have my dashboard pull up because now they make you invest to even have a dashboard, but we're talking about Quantro network. You guys saw the video I did, has like 1,500 or 1,800 views now. where I said I put $100,000 deposit in. Okay, that thing, it is taking off. Okay, but it's been nonstop. I don't even want to pull up the Telegram group because I believe those idiots Mike and Mike are gonna slap some kind of stupid thing on me, and for copyright or whatever. So I'm not even gonna do that. But it's a disaster. Okay, nobody can get into their accounts. Withdrawals are taking, even if you get them, some people aren't getting them. They can't get in their accounts. The 2FA is not working. There's no support. The support's not answering. They've got a chat AI bot that's not working. It's an absolute nightmare in there. People are having troubles. They want to leave. So what happened here is Mike and Mike, they're the owners, guys. They already proved it, okay? They said, oh, we've escalated these troubles up to corporate. There's no corporate, okay? Corporate is Mike and Mike, all right? They hired some crap dev team to make this shitty site, and now the site's getting overloaded and they don't know what to do, okay? Support's getting overloaded. They don't have support. It's just Mike and Mike doing it, right? Mike Lucas and Mike Donaldson. Those are the scammers behind this whole thing. They're the support. They're corporate. They're whoever. Nobody knows where they live. They are running the show, ladies and gentlemen. That's why nobody's getting anything done, because they got a crap site, crap devs, and that's just the way it is, okay? So Quantro Network, if you're putting your money in there, good luck. Just don't do it, guys, all right? Second one I want to talk about is eState, or not eState, but Aurum. Guys, so they announced an all-new bot that's going to get, it's averaging 27% a month. It's called Aurum Nero, where you have your own bot, and they say it's transparent. All of a sudden, Aurum is pushing transparency now. There has never been a trade shown in Aurum. I don't know where the transparency comes from. And I comment on all the YouTube videos I see on Aurum. I said, can you guys show me a trade? I want to see something because I want to dump a big bag of money into this thing. Well, they don't. They're transparent and everything else. They're transparent on, the owner and all this other stuff. I'm like, Brian Benson is a nobody. He did not work for Binance. He wasn't at Blockchain Paris or whatever it was. It's so disgusting watching the people put videos out on this, because they know a good friend of me and AJ's is in this thing pretty heavy, and he's promoting it, and he even calls it a Ponzi in his video. But I mean, whatever. It's going to rug, guys. So what they did, they took 100 people with $1,000 for the first round of this Aurum Nero. It lasted like 3 hours, and that thing was sold out. So there's 100 grand. Okay. Now they did a second round of 250 people, I believe it was, for $500, I think. I don't know what the math on that is, but whatever. That sold out in like 6 hours. Now they're taking over 1,000 people for I think this one's $250. Guys, this is the exit rate here. This is the exit scam, okay? You cannot win every single day. They say they have this awesome win rate. They're paying 15 levels. They're doing all this garbage. I mean, please do not invest in the stuff like that. I'm not telling you that Bernard Bonds and PLAZM and LSteak is any better, but please do not. This is 100% Ponzi. As soon as the money dries up, this thing is gone. 404 air, boom, done. Okay, I just want to preface that. I'm in it, but they have, my account is still here, but they haven't given me any rewards for like 3 weeks. So they know it's me because my email's on there. I don't care. I went in with $100, knowing it'd probably get rugged anyway. Okay. But I've been in for like a month and a half, right? With $100. I make like 20 cents a day or whatever it is. It doesn't matter. I went in it with nothing, with $100 minimum. And now they know who I am and whatever. But this is the exit scam. And then they came out with the real world asset, obviously the gold plans, okay, where you can spend $1,000 and get half. You're going to get physical gold when the 1 year lock is up. I mean, guy, it is foolish now. It's getting me really foolish when people start coming out with brand new, Something new every single week. Oh, we're hoping to have 100 people. Okay, we maxed out. Now we're going to have 250 people. Now we're going to have 1,000 people. This is the exit scam. I guarantee it. All right, I just wanted to get that off my chest. One more quick one is Unimine. I did a video on this. Ladies and gentlemen, there is no magic sauce or secret sauce to mining Bitcoin. I know everything there is to know about Bitcoin because I do it. I have 52 Bitmain Antminer S19 Pro 110 terahashes running in Northeast North Dakota 24/7. My electric bill is $7,000 a month. I pay 6 cents per kilowatt hour. Okay, Unimine pays 3 and I did a video on these guys too. And when this thing, what they're promising is 4 times as much in daily income is what my miners make. And they have to pay staff, they have to pay rent, people have to make money. Plus, they're paying 10 levels across and 10 down. It doesn't work, ladies and gentlemen. And I showed you in the videos that this guy isn't real. His name is Gorgie. He's a 120-pound guy from Georgia. And I'm going to show you just a quick video of him unboxing a miner. This isn't a miner, guys. And I'll show you why I say this, because they don't come in those kind of boxes, because I know, and they don't look like that. And I'm going to show you the clip and you'll be like, what just happened here? Okay. Keep in mind when you watch this video, these miners are 30 pounds, about 30 pounds. And you watch them take it out of the box. This guy's probably 5'10" and 130 pounds. He's a twig. All right. He's lucky if himself would be able to lift one of these miners. All right. They're heavy. There is lots of metal in these things. Okay. I think the S21 Pro is 27.1 pounds. Mine are 29.1, but still, you can't hardly hold it with one hand. Think of holding a salt bag out here. Watch this guy hold it, and he takes his arm off it and has it by the corner. You got to watch this video, guys. It is so bad. I'll play it right now. It's hilarious. Watch this. Is the sound working, AJ?
Yeah, I hear it.
Okay. Here we go. Watch this.
Now I don't hear it, Ryan. We have to do the sound again.
Oh, you don't hear it? Can you hear me?
Yep, I hear you. Maybe it's just me. Sorry. Yeah.
Okay. Well, anyway, you don't really need to hear anything, but I'm going to pause it right when it happens. Watch this. Right there, that miner would be on the ground right now. Look at, he's holding it with one hand, and he even does it for longer right here. Watch this. Look at that thing would be bam on the ground. Okay, that thing's 27 pounds. That thing is 27 pounds. They do not come in boxes like that. They come wrapped in styrofoam with tape. Those things would be damaged. That's an unboxing of brand new miners. And look at the wall of boxes he's got here. This is not how they come, ladies and gentlemen. It is absolutely ridiculous. Then he says, oh, it's so heavy, but he can hold it and it's sticking straight out here. Guys, do not invest in the Unimine. Please, it is a 100% scam. I guarantee it, okay? I have done all the research. I've done the numbers. They're paying out 4 times as much as they could possibly do, even with their 3 cents. And there is people I saw one guy, and I verified it on chain. He put in 500 grand into Unimine. I'm like, what? 500,000? So I had to deep dive. I went and looked at the wallet because I watched him do it live. It went into the Unimine wallet. I don't know where it was, but there's supposedly $15 million in this protocol, yet they only have 226 miners that they're testing. First of all, you don't need to test miners, okay? You plug them into an Ethernet port and you give them juice and it's done. You hook them up to your server and automatically you are mining Bitcoin, okay? Once it goes into your pool, hooked to your pool, bam, Bitcoin's going to your wallet every night at midnight, okay? No testing. There's no nothing. Guys, Unimine is a scam. You've got the biggest promoters promoting it. And they're promoting Aurum, and they're promoting TMX, and they're promoting Predixa. They're promoting every other joke out there, okay? So do not get into Unimine, please. You've got Tim Whiter, the biggest scammer on earth, okay? You've got Marco and Marcus. They're huge scammers. They've promoted everything under the sun. Just don't do it, guys, please. It's not going to work. You're going to get rugged. Gorgie or whatever his name is. I don't know where he's from, but he's probably not from Georgia the county. Apparently he's going to be in the US. Okay. And they're going to say where he is. If he's coming, I'm going to visit him. Okay. I'm going to be like, okay, I'm here. Let's talk Bitcoin mining. What do you know? He won't be able to tell me nothing. I guarantee you. One more thing we're going to talk about. I'm done with Unimine. Then I'm done ranting. eState is having a conference, huge get together in Washington, D.C. in June. Okay. If it makes it that far, if they make it to June, I am going to that conference in Washington, D.C. And I will be asking the questions to Brandon Stevenson and whatever his name is from Eli Property Management. I can't remember his name. He's a goof anyway. They're both fake. They're both AI. It doesn't matter. I don't think the guy from Eli Property Management, he's just a hired actor. But Brandon Stevenson, I guarantee he won't be there. He's the CEO. And it's supposed to be the biggest conference. But I tell you what, if they have it, I am going to Washington, D.C., and they're going to get wrecked live, and I'm going to record the whole thing. Okay? That's just what's going to happen, because I guarantee you that this thing is going to zero. There is no properties. There is no deeds. There's no insurance policies. It is going to zero. With that said, AJ, I'm out of breath. What do you think?
Yeah, Ryan. Oh man, I love it, bro. So yeah, I mean, again, we start every show with the weekly Ponzi recap, right? And the reason that Ryan and I get so passionate about this is that we've been in the game long enough that we know all the red flags. That video that you showed about that guy holding the miner, bro, that blew my mind. I mean, I don't even know why they even uploaded that. It's so bad. So yeah, I mean, again, a lot of it in retrospect, it's like, duh, like obvious. But unfortunately, a lot of people are not privy to this, and they think that it's legit. All of us have been through that journey. I know in the very beginning, even with BitConnect, that was one of the first protocols I ever got in. I think probably one of the first for Ryan as well, and it was the same old deal. They said they had an AI trading bot, and it was making this money and on trading Bitcoin, and no verification, no nothing, everything that we asked for, or people asked for at the time, and I was naive to that. I mean, luckily I made money in BitConnect, but a lot of people didn't, and went down with the ship. And the whole point is, you can't, like Ryan said, you can't reinvent the wheel. You got all these scams that just recycle the narrative. They get people excited, but at the end of the day, there is no proof. Again, even Aurum has gotten huge now, and it is a website. Like the fact that they can even blacklist Ryan and his account is proof. I mean, it's insane. Again, it's just a guy pressing buttons on the back end. So it's just absolutely insanity when all the real DeFi and the real crypto protocols have irrefutable on-chain proof, where it doesn't matter what Ryan and I come on here and say every week. You can verify it for yourself, and that is the due diligence that people just really need to have. And unfortunately, a lot of people get scammed because they let their greed take over, and they see these numbers, and they think, oh my god, 31% a day or a week or a month or whatever. If I can just make it a couple of months, I'm good. And unfortunately, that is always when the 404 error happens, where you go to the website and there's nothing there, and you just want to throw up. So don't be that person, for sure.
Yeah, don't be that guy. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, I've been a victim of the 404 error many times since 2021, guys, when the last bull run, whenever it was launching everything and getting into, 2% a days. And I can't even remember the names of them. I remember Manny Delgado was one of them. I can't remember the name of the protocols he had, but I don't know where he's at now. He got away though. I think he's somewhere in some island, but he took $22 million of people's money and he's gone. But whatever, it doesn't matter, guys. Just don't get into that stuff, right? If you can't prove it on chain, if the founder's not in front of you and the camera and you can't talk to him, it's not good. Okay. I don't care what it is. You should be able to talk to the owner of anybody, anytime, and ask questions. It's not a big deal. Speaking of reinventing the wheel, I want to touch on one thing before we get into our stuff, AJ. There is a new concentrated liquidity providing or liquidity farming protocol out there that seems to be catching a little traction. And I know that you've done testing on it, and I know that I've done testing on it, and we are both like, okay, our product is far superior by double-digit percentages because I'll let you explain anyway. We're not going to mention any names, guys, because we don't want to start wars. But I'll let AJ explain. But there's no new secret sauce. So go ahead, AJ.
Yeah, 100%, Ryan. Sorry, I'm with the kids, so there's some background music or background noise tonight. But yeah, man. I mean, again, it goes into this narrative I just went on about, with Ponzi's. Obviously, this isn't a Ponzi, but and again, I do, a lot of it's self custody. The contracts look good, but the narrative that this is some revolutionary, silver bullet magic, solution to being the best liquidity providing protocol on the planet is just not true. And again, data is what matters, right? Anybody can get on and say anything they want, and that goes for me and Ryan as well. But what matters is the true, undisputed, hard data. And so we do it. I mean, we're in the trenches every day. Ryan and I and Jake. I mean, again, this is our full-time job and has been for me going on 10 years. And so I have my ear to the ground. I know what's happening, and everything that this new protocol claims is something that we have been doing in Dex Vaults for the last 4 years. Again, you have to know a little bit more about the vaults to do what you want it to do and set ranges that are outside of the current price so that they move into the range. But all that technology is there, and it's been able to been done for again years. So again, it's not just some new magic deal that is revolutionary. Now that being said, if it was, obviously we would be doing pivoting and doing something different, implementing things. But the reality is that we've done the exact same pools with the exact same capital at the exact same time. And over the last 3 weeks, going on a month now, we in Dex Vaults have been able to outperform by up to 10%, some even more. So that's what really matters. If you run the same pool side by side, no matter what protocol it is, ours or somebody else's, whatever has the most P&L is what matters. And that's another thing. A lot of these sites, including this one, don't even have a P&L, meaning it's very difficult unless you run your own spreadsheet to be able to know if you really are even in profit, which is insane. So again, on DexFi Vaults, all of that is there. You see it in real time. It's not a projected APR. It's a historical APR, which again is another big difference, where the current APR displayed on Vaults is actual data from what you've earned over the last 24 hours applied as an APR, not a theoretical, being in range the entire time at a 2% up and down, where in reality, you may be earning about, 10 minutes a day rather than all 24 hours because your range is so tight. And so all those things play into it, and impermanent loss. So everybody suffers impermanent loss. Even we do. That's not, again, there's no magic trick. to avoid impermanent loss. And even with rebalancing, rebalancing is actually profitable if you're able to earn more than being out of range. Because yes, when you rebalance, you take the hit, and impermanent loss becomes permanent loss because it's no longer impermanent. But that being said, if you're earning, $10 a day from the fees, then it's worth that, because now you're back in range and earning within a few hours, rather than sitting out of range earning nothing and still experiencing the impermanent loss eventually, right? Because no matter what, when it's out of range, you're all in on one side of the asset or the other. So if you want, again, USDC or ETH, for example, if you're out of range, your entire position is now USDC, and if ETH goes up, now you have to buy more Ethereum at a higher price, and you get crushed again in impermanent loss. So all these things again just factor into it, and you could be earning 1,000% APR, but if your principal balance goes to zero, then you're screwed no matter what. So don't necessarily listen to what people say, and don't necessarily get excited and put in exorbitant amounts of money without testing it yourself, right? And actually seeing that what's happening is happening, or that there's actual on-chain data, and with bonds that we have paid out 1.5 million dollars. So those are the sort of things that you got to look for. And yeah, we're almost there too, but we'll see that by Wednesday, hopefully, the 1.5 million mark. So yeah, Ryan, those are just some points I wanted to make. Oh, and the ranges, yeah, if you go back to that, sorry, I was talking when you were trying to show it. But you can see, I mean, and again, this is a great example. We're in range, literally, 99% of the time. When those white bars or the gray bars are encapsulating the white line, that means we're in range. And yes, it absolutely will rebalance when we go out of those ranges. But as you can see, from all the way back to November on this particular pair, we've only rebalanced like a handful of times. So that means that you've been earning that entire time, and the P&L, profit and loss, far outweighs your impermanent loss, because you've been able to earn. Now, obviously, we've also been battling a bear market, right? So your overall positions may be lower in terms of dollar value. And again, that's going to be the norm no matter what you're doing. But the fact that we can do this in a bear market is very promising, because when things do turn around, we're we're firing on all cylinders. The principal balance goes up, the volume goes up, so the fees go up. You earn more, and you earn more in the tokens that you're providing liquidity on, which are also going up in value. So you get an amazing trifecta of price appreciation and cash flow through vaults, and ultimately through bonds. So again, bonds is still utilizing vaults, but it's a an automated strategy.
Right, the easy button. That's what we like. The easy button yield farming, guys. That's what it's all about. And before we get into Bernard bonds, I want to say to everyone in the chat, thanks for joining. Please hit the like button. It is the cryptocurrency of choice for YouTubers. I make a whole like $30 a month on my channel, guys. I can hardly spend the money I'm making. So if you hit the like button, I give it all away to you guys in FortuneFi tickets anyway. Sticky Beans in the house. Joseph Pergram, he's super bullish on PLAZM, I know. Kendall's shooting flame emojis as usual. Henry Jones, I just shipped out your t-shirt from the live the other night. So your t-shirt went out in the mail today. You should have it probably by the weekend. So be checking your mailbox, buddy. Tweet James is here. PLAZM, that's our good buddy Scott, who makes the t-shirts, guys. Okay. So if you guys want Bernard Bonds merch, PLAZM merch, LSteak merch, Fortune, whatever. Okay. Talk to him. He's PLAZM here. He is Best Blinds Utah in here. And he is PLAZM in or Scott Tixon in all the Telegram groups. DM him. He makes it for next to nothing. He doesn't make anything on the shirts, guys. He does it for promotion, and he ships anywhere in the world. Okay, so please reach out to him. Calder's in the house. Blockhead, late, but I'm here. Blockhead finally got his YouTube figured out where he could actually join us and guess on the winnings. By the way, we're going to give another t-shirt at the end of the night, guys, so stick around. Blockhead had to DM me because him and Scott Tixon had some kind of crazy problem with their stuff. I couldn't see their comments, and nobody else could either. But now they got it figured out. Dave Apex says, what is revolutionary in this crypto space is honesty and transparency. Exactly, Dave. Exactly. You said it right there. That is number one, honesty and transparency. And that is what you get here, whether you want to hear it or not, because if things aren't looking the hottest, we're going to tell you. I mean, you got to remember, we're still making these APRs, like AJ said earlier, in just a bear market that just does not seem to want to end. And it's miserable. But you know what? What you cannot deny is we are almost at 1.5 million USDC distributed in like 10 and a half months, which is crazy to think about because, you know, this is the whole protocol now between Bernard Bonds and DexFi Treasury Bonds. Okay. But I started Bernard Bonds on June 11th, 2025. So we're coming up on, 10 and a half months. And we started out with like $7,000 in bonds after the first month. And I'm like, God, maybe I should just forget this. But I kept grinding and grinding and grinding. Here we are at like a 600,000 TVL. We own 26% of the fund and we're growing every single day, almost 21,000 bonds. It's been crazy. So I hope all of you that are in it are, happy. Obviously, maybe 25% APR you're not happy with. Listen, it's better than my real estate's doing, and you're not doing anything but going over here and clicking a little claim button. That's free money that you've done nothing for, okay? This is the way I look at it. You have not worked 1 minute for that money that you're making. All right, guys? So with that said, and what's great about this, guys, it's all verifiable on-chain by hitting that button where you cannot hide money from DBank. You cannot manipulate it. It's a third party. We don't have control over it. AJ, Jake don't even have control over it. Nobody does, guys. It's a third party, but it keeps track of every single dollar, okay? We got about 180,000 bucks in the wallet right now, 178 worth of ETH on base, waiting for different entries, or just holding ETH for price appreciation, right? We're waiting for that $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 ETH, whatever comes first. And here, we're every single position, every single vault we're in with the amounts is right in front of you. And this is all verifiable on chain. You can see this everywhere on chain. And it's not like we're not diversified, guys. Okay. I mean, we are into a ton of things. Most of it's on base, obviously. We've also got a massive Aave position worth 950,000 bucks. We got a 2.03 health rate, which is good. We've borrowed out 387,000 and it's worth 947. So we got a balance of 414 ETH in there. So it's working, guys. That's a really good position because when we get a double, guess what? This number doubles and we can withdraw anytime. All right, guys. So that's just holding a bag. Plus we can lend against it to go into other things, right? We've got vaults on Sonic, AVAX, Binance Smart Chain, guys. They're all here for you to see. It is all on chain, 100% transparent. Nobody else does it, guys. Okay. You click on transactions, it'll show when people mint, it'll show when they airdrop bonds, when people buy. The buy here is the FortuneFi bonds, okay? And this one is the LSteak. When people go into LSteak, it goes and buy bonds, okay, guys? And you can scroll down further and we'll load some more and we'll probably get to see one here when we make a deposit into the vault. It shows that as well. Where are we at here? Might be a little bit down. Mint. Lots of mints. I'd like to see mints, guys. Not that it's necessary because we do not need new capital. We could shut deposits down right now. Wouldn't matter. Okay. Here's where we're executing contracts. Okay. Or they are. I'm not, guys. Okay. Here's where they're claiming. It's all here. If you go through this, it is all in front of you, and you can't FUD this. We are unfuddable. We are the only unfundable protocol out there because it's all transparent and in front of me. We got a current fund value of 2 million. This was over 3 million for a couple hours when Bitcoin went up to 79,000. And I took a screenshot of it because I thought it was pretty cool. So I was up over 3 million, 77,566 total bonds minted. We got about $1,300 a day. It was more than that this morning. 20,697 of Bernard bonds, and we own 26% of the protocol. The current APR right now is 25.1%. Okay, that's a little more than 2% a month, but that is static, guys. This changes all the time. If this number did not change, this would be a Ponzi. Okay, you cannot guarantee a percentage ever on anything. Okay, it does not matter. You cannot guarantee it. All right. The price of the bonds are holding steady, 0.0159 ETH, which is about 36.32 right now in USD value. You can go over here, ETH on base. First link in the description, guys. You click your wallet, hook your wallet up to the site. Any decentralized wallet. I like to use MetaMask or Rabby. Your ETH balance will show right here, and you can mint a bond if you've got 0.0159 ETH in there. You can mint it. You have to do nothing else. It'll automatically go to your position right over here, and you automatically earn this APR on that amount which is shown. So I'm making on my 205 bonds are worth 74.4556, and I'm making right now at this second 25.10% APR. Okay. Once again, all provable on chain, all trackable, and you can claim this USDC anytime. During this live, you'll see this number change of $30.91. It'll go up. It's not some random dev dropping money into wallets. It's all when the pairs are making money, the farm, we get money dropped in. It's random, right? It's when it's making money. So to keep that money, you can claim anytime, whether it's 1 cent or $1,000. We are always 100%. What word am I looking for, AJ? I'm at a loss for words. Collateralized. We are always 100% collateralized. Okay. If everybody decided right now that had bonds, okay, 77,566 bonds, we're redeeming them. That money is there to give back to whoever owns those bonds. Okay. Say if one person owned it, bam, within 48 hours, business days, they would get their money back because you can redeem your bonds at any time. Your money is never held here. All right. It is always 100% collateralized. No other protocol is 100% collateralized. Okay. Under any other umbrella, everything under EMP umbrella is always collateralized because everything has to do with the mothership, and which is bonds. Okay, guys, that's just a fact. Your money's not locked for a year, like 365 days in Aurum, or 75 days in Quantro Network, or 2 years in Unimine. Okay, so just a heads up, those are the numbers for them, and you can get out, but it's like 30%, 50%, and I don't know. The exits are crazy, and they won't last that long anyway, so it doesn't matter. Okay, they got 60 to 90 days, and then they're done. They run off their money, so it doesn't matter. But you can claim these amounts anytime. You can sell. You unstake it. You come over here and you redeem. That means sell your bond, and you will get ETH on base dropped into your wallet. Okay, ETH on base. You get the underlying asset, not stable coin. So you sell your bond now. It's worth 0.0159 ETH, worth $36. When ETH doubles, triples, well, you can do the math. It's going to be worth that much. You don't get a stable back. You get ETH back, okay, which is a beautiful thing. This price of the bonds fluctuates a little bit, and this APR fluctuates. Look there, 25.09. Okay, it switched a little bit. This hasn't switched to $30.91, but it will. Okay, there's nothing like it in the space, guys. All right, it uses those vaults that we were just looking at on the DexFi site to earn us money, and that is the easy button for yield farming. AJ, do you want to touch on how the price of the bonds, maybe quick, just in case there's first here?
Yeah, no doubt. Sorry, and again, I'm with the kids, so we'll get through it here. So the bond price is determined by a couple of things. Number one, it is essentially what we call the ETH ratio. So the price of Ethereum, again, not we'll talk about dollar value in a minute. But when I say price, I'm referring to actual ETH tokens. So the price of in terms of the ETH ratio or in terms of ETH, that is determined based on how the fund does against Ethereum itself. So in other words, again, when you mint a bond, Ethereum goes into the vaults, and we have to pair that with other assets to generate yield. That's where the yield comes from. So again, just as an example, in a ETH USDC LP pair, half stays as Ethereum and half is selling Ethereum into USDC and then pairing it up into the LP. So if again in that example, ETH and that ETH ratio will roughly be the same because it moves with ETH. But any other asset that isn't ETH or isn't a stable token, a lot of our position is in Banker, which is a real yield protocol with AI agents on base, an incredible product that does a lot of volume. So when Banker outperforms Ethereum, then you see the bond value in terms of ETH go up. And so ultimately, we're saying that through either compounding, again, that's another thing that increases the bond value. So, like Ryan said, we do about $1,300 a day. Over that was the numbers today. I don't know what it is right this minute, probably about that. But that means half of that, about 700 of that, is compounding. So we're always putting part of the yield back into the backing value as well. So that will also make the bond price go up. But when we get a real alt season where alts like Banker and REI and EDL, EDL, well, all those are going to hopefully, and again, even if they don't, it's okay. But hopefully they outperform Ethereum, and that is usually the case, especially if they're not, meme tokens or what we affectionately refer to as shit tokens. They will outperform ETH, and so that will ultimately push the price of the bond in ETH up. Now, on top of that is the dollar value, right? So most of you that are putting in capital, you measure things in terms of the dollar value that you're getting out. Now, even if an alt season never happens, or again, the fund itself is not able to outperform ETH, you still are getting the price appreciation in dollar value of ETH. So again, right now bonds are what, about $37 based on their current ETH value, Ryan. So if ETH doubles and nothing changes, which again is highly unlikely as well, you would still get double the dollar value of your bonds, which is just insane. I mean, again, this is a cash flow machine where you are giving up a little bit of the upside potential as of just holding it outright, but you're giving that up in return, hoping that the yield will actually give you more in the long run. And 9 times out of 10, that is the case, especially when you're building your positions in bear markets. I mean, anybody that has put in money into bonds over the last year, they have gotten, again, almost all-time low positions. When we first launched bonds, we were, ETH was still pretty high. And again, if you unfortunately got in on like the first week of bonds, you still may be, technically in the negative in terms of a P&L. But again, over the next few months and into the bull run, that should more than recover. And now you're earning every single day on the yield that it generates. So, again, it is a cash flow machine, and not something that is meant to be done, as a get rich quick or as a get in and out quick, because you really do need to have your capital working long enough that the yield mitigates any potential losses. So we always say, Ryan, right? It's 3 months minimum, and a lot of you that have multiple year time horizons where you're just building your bonds for the future, those are the people that are going to get the most out of the protocol for sure.
Exactly. I agree. This is my, I got about half of my ETH into bonds. I got different other wallets, guys. I've got a ton of bonds. Okay. And this is what I would call my little Roth IRA, I would say. Except it's doing way better than a Roth IRA at 7%. But Tweet James is there a framework for how you pick the tokens that get paired with ETH for liquidity farming?
Yeah, that's a really great question. So, the short answer is yes. I mean, a lot of it, again, the market moves so quickly, and there's always, a new shiny thing. And unfortunately, a lot of people get distracted by that, and end up getting wrecked. But the short answer is we take a very small allocation, maybe 10% overall of the overall fund value, and that is what we use to like get in on new pairs. Again, we don't ever do shit tokens. There is some framework in terms of like, it has to be a certain market cap. There has to be a certain minimum liquidity already. We're not buying a token and providing liquidity, on something that is, $100,000 or less in total liquidity. And honestly, it really depends on the volume. So we're willing to take a little bit more risk. If the volume is crazy, because then again it mitigates the risk of the fund, because we're earning so much in those vaults, that even if the token does go down in price, we far outweigh that with the yield. So again, as an example, some pairs may do 2 to 3% a day, which again is insane considering that's what the Ponzi's promise. But your principal balance may go down, 10% in that same day. We are in just long enough that we're able to recoup that, and we have great entry and exits as well. Meaning, when we do a vault, we are able to essentially be one of the first liquidity providers in that vault, which also helps again protect the fund a little bit on the management side. So those are just some really high level metrics. But overall, again, as the fund grows, we move into more blue chip pairs. So and you can see it right in the DBank profile. A lot of our positions, again, we're heavy in Banker and Edel and REI, but most of those are real revenue protocols, meaning they actually generate real yield that supports the token. We very, very rarely, if ever, get into a token that doesn't have some sort of real yield itself through either fees or again, Banker is an agentic agent platform where you're able to launch your own agentic bots on chain. And then part of that fee is used to buy and burn the token. So all those things are super healthy. And then as the fund grows and as we start getting into a bull run, then we start moving out of those more low cap tokens into blue chip, again, ETH, Bitcoin, all the top 10 link, all good solid pairs like that. And the reason that we do it that way is because if we just did all blue chip pairs to begin with, the APR suffers. So again, we're at about 25% APR, but historically speaking, we're more like 50, 50. And the reason that we were that high and are that high as an average is because we have a little more exposure to the higher volume, lower cap token. So again, and as the fund grows, we get to 10 million or 20 million TVL, then obviously we take more. We do more in blue chips because we can't you can't put $2 million in a low cap token providing liquidity without just mooning it and shooting yourself in the foot. So
Yeah.
as we grow, we get more conservative too. But even that, I mean, there's many ETH USDC or ETH Bitcoin pairs that still do 30 or 40% APR, if not more. So we definitely can still keep the APR attractive, and still have a little safer positions as well.
Right. Yeah. So Marvin Witt says, AJ, I've been thinking as of late, there's been all the hacks, Ether, thought, social engineering, zero-day exploits, etc. However, how secure are the protocols that are under the EMP umbrella, in your opinion?
Yeah, no doubt, Marvin. So again, this is also something very at the top of the priority list, right? So the biggest hack as of recent was the Aave exploit. Obviously, Ryan also mentioned that we have a big Aave position, and so the short answer on that front is there really wasn't even an exploit in Aave. Unfortunately, it was an exploit with the collateral that was being lent to Aave. So, Marvin, to your point, we have to determine what is an actual hack and what is just the protocol working by design, but not necessarily in the way that we want it to, right? So all that being said, though, I'm still very confident that we've worked out a lot of the issues. As some of you know, we've had some issues in the past with vaults, but all that has been rectified, and we made it right? So, like any DeFi protocol, if there is a hack or an issue, um, we take the high road and we make it right to the users. We don't just disappear and say, "Oh well," right? So that isn't a guarantee. It isn't insurance, and none of this is financial advice. But I'm just giving a little bit of background and history on all that. And so now moving forward, even when there was a fox in the hen house, for lack of a better analogy, all of the private vaults were never affected, and all of the private vaults, or all the vaults that we use for bonds, are private. So there is another layer of security in that respect. The wallet itself is a biometric multi-sig hardware wallet, where again, it's the best in the business, where there's a lot of factors to even allow you to interact with the wallet. So that's another bullish sign. Again, Jake and I are the only two with access to that, and the actual private keys are spread amongst multiple safety deposit boxes. So that's another bullish thing. And then last but not least, we're always doing other audits. So we have an ongoing contract with a few audit firms that randomly will audit things. A large part of our dev team is focused on security operations. So we're doing everything humanly possible to protect ourselves. And again, it is a little scary with zero-day exploits and everything that we're seeing with Mythos and these AI agents that are hacking things. But the truth is, a lot of these bigger institutions are going to be attacked first. And now that we have everything locked down as much as we can, there is very little attack surface for hackers when it comes to our thing. So now again, any individual LP could be hacked. Again, banker or EDL or any of those tokens themselves could be hacked, and that is a real risk for sure. But we don't. Again, we do it smart. We don't. We're not all in on any particular asset. I mean, if ETH itself was hacked, then yeah, we would all be screwed. But if that happens, then we have a lot bigger problem anyway. But
Yeah.
the other tokens, again, maybe at worst, we have a 10% hit to the fund, and so we could recover from that, right? Where the funds just the whole fund doesn't go to zero. So again, hopefully that helps. None of that again is a commitment or guarantee or insurance policy. And ultimately, we say it all the time, Ryan, but you have to be mentally prepared for whatever you put into DeFi or crypto, period. But even if it's just holding Bitcoin, you have to be prepared for it to go to zero. That's just the reality. So, and
Right.
that will help you. That will help you sleep at night. Never ever put your mortgage payment or your rent money into crypto for sure.
Right. Rector Richard says, can you build on Solana or BSC to take advantage of the DLLM tech?
Yeah, no doubt. So shout out to R2R, Thomas G in the house. Again, a longtime supporter of Dex Finance. We sponsor him and some of his content. But yeah, we're on BSC right now. So that is a chain that we support. Um, if there is not a vault that you a particular pair that you want on BSC, you just have to submit it on the site. It's under the farm request tab, and then you just put in the deck screener link. Yeah, Ryan, you can find it, I'm sure, while I'm talking. So yeah, right there at the top, farm request. Yep, right there, and then you just literally paste or create a new proposal. The upper right there, Ryan.
Oh, yeah.
That button. Yep, and then you paste the deck screener link. So we can add any chain any that we support, and most of the EVMs are on and working. Now Solana is a whole different animal. It's Rust based. So Sui and Solana unfortunately are not compatible with DexFi, but we are hoping to implement that in the future as we continue to build out. But hopefully that helps explain what's possible for sure.
Awesome. Okay. Yeah. If you got any questions, guys, please ask. This is why we do this every single week, because we appreciate the questions. That's what we're here to do, is to answer them. It's a lot easier to answer them here than spending a half hour typing on a message in Telegram or whatever. But I think we've pretty much covered bonds, guys. It is the easy button of yield farming, and it's been amazing since June 11, 2025. I don't know what else has been running that longer. Aurum says they've been going for 4 years. They haven't. It's only been available for about 6 months, but whatever they want to lie about, doesn't matter. It's garbage. So with that said, we should scoot over to Joseph Pergram's going to be excited. Let's scoot over to PLAZM and check that out. My bag is getting bigger, AJ. Tell me what is happening. I'm almost up to 7,000 PLAZM a day. Are people, I got 7.75% ownership now. Like, are people are their stakes ending and not going back in? Are they waiting for price appreciation? Are they waiting for XL PLAZM? Are they waiting for, what do you think is going on? And is there a concern?
Yeah, no doubt, Ryan. So the short answer is it's a mix of everything that you just said. And the other short answer is no, I'm not at all concerned. If anything, it's bullish for those of you that are participating in the protocol as it's intended to be, right? So let's back up a little bit. So the main reason, again, it is a combination of everything you mentioned, but the main reason is that their stakes are coming to an end and they can't afford to pair fresh capital or to enter again through staking. And so when that happens, even if they are good actors and they hold their PLAZM and don't dump it, they're not earning from the pool anymore. And so that means that those of you that are in the pool still, your ownership goes up and you get more rewards because you're in. And again, Ryan, you did this all in one go at the end of the cycle rather than laddering. And that's another kind of bonus for you for not laddering, is that you're earning now as people leave the pool itself. So laddering means just staking every day rather than all at once. So and again, there isn't a right or wrong way. But what is the right or wrong way is you will always well, I guess I shouldn't say always, but you should most of the time staking will earn you way more PLAZM than if you went and bought it on the market outright. So there is some edge cases there. So Ryan, if you go to the Earn tab real quick, um, the number one way to get ahead in PLAZM is through staking. So right now, the estimated ROI, it's been going up. Or if you just do 1,000 PLAZM, Ryan, not everybody has the giant bags you do, right? No, yeah. So 1,000 PLAZM, you're looking at 40% ROI. So again, that ROI goes up because people are not going back in. And so that's bullish because now it's getting profitable again to go into staking, and it's almost always as long as that number is green. So again, and I say 10% just to give a little bit of buffer, but as long as that number is over 10%, it will always be more profitable to stake rather than try to buy off the market and time your entry. Now, if you don't have fresh capital, or you have already done your stakes and now you're good, the other option is easy mode, and easy mode now is also becoming profitable again as well. So if you have easy mode, or if you have PLAZM but don't have the ETH, easy mode will sell part of your PLAZM, and again, it does affect the price and the chart because you're selling it, but it does help the treasury, right? And so people get a little mixed emotions on easy mode because they say, well, that's creating selling pressure on PLAZM, and that is 100% true, but we would much rather have that go into the treasury than just sell and leave, and truly hurt the price of PLAZM as people exit. So easy mode is a great little tool, and now that we're back at 40%, roughly, it is a lot easier to justify using easy mode. So again, not financial advice, but if you have about 1,000 PLAZM or less, or you do it in 1,000 PLAZM increments, it may be a good time to start doing easy mode again, especially with the ROI around 40%. If it goes down, then maybe don't do ROI or don't do easy mode. And that's just the way the protocol is designed, right? So the whole idea is that we're encouraging people to put money into the treasury, which will outweigh the selling pressure in the future, but because of bonds, right? So all the ETH that goes in, whether it's through selling PLAZM or through staking with fresh capital, all that ETH goes into the treasury to earn yield, and we're still doing roughly $400 a day in buy and burn, and that will only get better and better as time goes on, assuming that bonds are still paying. So again, that's a lot to take in, Ryan, but that's a high level overview of what's happening.
Right. Yeah. And I know a lot of people ask me all the time. I get DMs, and what am I going to do with mine when it when it's up? When my stake ends, guys, it's right here. I'm going to have about 600,000 PLAZM, maybe just a little bit under. Depends on if people are still selling. It keeps going up every day. It ends in 22 days. Okay. So on the 19th of May, it ends, and that happens to be a Tuesday, guys. So whatever we're doing it live once again. So what I tell everybody, because I'm going to end up with about 600,000, between 580 and 600. I don't know yet, because I staked 128,000 and I've earned 302,000, which is crazy. I'm getting about 6,500 a day right now at this ownership level, and obviously it's down to 1.2 cents or whatever, but it needs to make sense for me, because if you go over to earn, and if I was to do 600,000, it's probably going to be it's going to be negative 23%, but I'll have 3.1 million tokens at the end. That's over double of what the top holder has. So that's a crazy amount of tokens. But it also, guys, I don't want to I know that amount of ETH. I mean, it's going to be about 50K in ETH, right, guys? About $50,000 in ETH, 22 ETH right now. I don't, of course, that'd be awesome to, because it's going to buy bonds, right? And it's going to, generate more buy and burn, generate more yield. But it's also going to it's going to not liquidate, but your guys' bags are going to get, your ownership's going to go down, right? So I think there's a fine line, and me and AJ have some real serious math to do before that live for us to decide, because we need to look at, it'll probably won't be decided till a few hours before the live what we're doing, because it depends on what the price is, what the price of ETH is, what the price of PLAZM is, stuff like that. Maybe I only restake 100,000 tokens and put the rest in XL PLAZM in another month and a half, 2 months. It all depends on what's going to happen, because XL PLAZM is coming right on LSteak, guys, but it's probably not going to, it's going to be sometime in June. So, we'll just call it that. So, I mean, what do you think, AJ? What's going to be the call? Because we're going to do it together, obviously.
Yeah, no doubt, Ryan. I think probably at the end of the day, it's going to be a mixture of both, right? Because, like you said, obviously we want to juice the treasury. Obviously, you want to grow your bags, but we don't want to do it to where, the ROI is so low that nobody else will go in, And again, it doesn't mean that it doesn't. It has nothing to do with sell pressure, right? Like, it's not like Ryan is nuking the price or anything. If anything, he's boosting it. But the point is that now for the next cycle, all the shares in the pool are belong to Ryan. So now, or any whale, again, any whale could come in and do this. I'm just talking about Ryan specifically. But and so again, it's what's best for the protocol, what's best for the bags, and what's best for other users. We have to kind of take all that into consideration when doing it. And yeah, like you said right there, I mean, even at 100K, that's a lot more doable, right? And then the ROI is still above 10, so that's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, even if it was 150 or like 150, probably be about 15 or about 14.3. I mean, I would say, that's probably reasonable, so we'll have to see, guys. So don't panic. And rest assured that when I have all these tokens, however many it's going to be at the end, I'm not selling one until November or December, when the price is going to be hopefully a lot higher. Okay. Because at the end of the stake, I need to have 3 cent. I have $20,000 exactly into this USD for the price of ETH. Okay. I've got it written down. I got 20 grand into it. So 600,000 tokens. I need 3 cents to break even. Okay. So we're about half of that right now. You could do the math. When it goes to 10 cents in a couple months or whatever it's going to be, that's huge gains, guys. Okay. So, I mean, whatever. I want it to benefit me, but I don't want to dilute you guys. And I'm not gonna dump on people's heads. I can sell. We'll just stick with the buy and burn right now. I could sell $500 a day until my bag was gone. This when this is done, and it wouldn't even, the buy and burn would eat it up. That alone, right, AJ?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly, Ryan. You said it perfect, man. And that is the truth. I mean, obviously, other people might sell as well, but I think people aren't understanding the incredible power that has, because even now, again, assuming everything stays the same, no increase in APR, no increase in the bond value whatsoever. That's $330 a day right now. That is going into the buy and burn. Now, some of that again goes to buying new bonds. 10% roughly goes into buy and grow, which is about 2 bonds a day. And some also goes into buy and build. But the vast majority of that, say 300 roughly out of that 330, is buying and burning the token. So like Ryan said, in theory, he could sell $300 of tokens every day, and the chart would never go down. I mean, just think about how powerful that is. And that doesn't include a bull run or other people buying or anything, right? So the sustainability is unreal in this, and yeah, obviously, everybody's here to make money. And PLAZM is one of the only protocols where literally every single person, as long as they're willing to hold long enough, literally every single person that ever buys Plasm can be made whole and be in profit over the months and years to come, because of the external buying pressure on the token. So it's a monster, and unfortunately, again, over the last 200 days, a multitude of factors. Number one, a lot of people don't really understand what's happening. Number two, we've had a bear market where again prices have only gone down, and so that ultimately makes the price of Plasm and eShare a lot lower, and so people just don't see the power that the protocol has. Now, when we do get a recovery and sentiment returns, people are excited about crypto. They're looking for new cool projects. We are going to be pouring jet fuel on the fire, because when that happens and new money starts coming in, we're never reliant on new money. I mean, things should stay, like I said, exactly where they are. Not one more person could go into Plasm whatsoever, and we would still be able to do that $300 plus a day in buy and burn. But when we get people that are coming in and interest is excited, and people are excited, then again we could see it just explode. And then the treasury grows, the daily buy and burn grows, more people make more money. Ryan's bags are huge, and everybody's happy. So yeah, and look, I mean the proof is here, Ryan, right? So like we said at the beginning of the show, when in doubt, zoom out, right? So even we've still, even with the suppressed performance on everything, it's still been about up and to the right for the last week or two, which has been great. I mean, I think that we're really starting to see somewhat of a bottom here, and again, could it go down more? For sure, but the buy and burn is doing so much damage at these levels, because remember, the lower the price goes, the more we can buy and burn as well, which is another really cool thing. It's called an anti-fragile system. There's some great videos that one of our community members, CK, has done using AI to explain this. But what it means is the protocol becomes more powerful when the price goes down. I mean, what other crypto project have you ever heard that? It's unheard of, right? So the point is that $300 buys and burns, again, I don't know the exact math, but say 20,000 Plasm rather than 10,000 Plasm a day. And so that again shows that it's like a coiled spring, right? The more we go down in price, the quicker and harder and faster we can recover. And the supply just gets eaten away. And yeah, I mean, like Grover says, the market cap is so low. I mean, the market cap is only 150K. We have over almost 500K in the treasury alone. So when you look at the market cap to capitalization ratio, it's just crazy. I mean, it's a 3x, and that's on the real assets that we have in the treasury. So Plasm is just brutally undervalued at the moment, and that will change as the buy and burn continues to do what it's designed to do.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, I'm bullish on Plasm because I don't think I've ever had 600,000 tokens of anything that was, I'm just because I know it's not going to go to zero, and I know the team and they have good intentions and what else. And I look at this a couple times a week, and I'm like, okay, I got my 6,500 tokens dropped today, whatever. And this sucker's still growing, which is super bullish to me. I mean, that's a monster position, and I'm excited about it. I mean, that's crazy. 7.7% ownership. I mean, that's key as well, guys. I mean, when this thing ends, we'll see what happens, right? And whether it be I stake 100,000 tokens, 150, it all depends on, I need to take my risk, but I don't want to be diluting you guys as well. So there's a fine line of what needs to happen, and a lot of stuff can happen in 22 days, ladies and gentlemen. We could have $95,000 Bitcoin. I mean, or we could have $50,000 Bitcoin. You never know. It's a crazy space, right? So we don't know. We could have, you know, $2,000 ETH again or $1,800 ETH. Who knows what's going to happen? But it's going to be interesting. I'm excited about it. Like AJ said, we've probably reached the floor, and it wouldn't, you know, we talk about this at the end of each show. You know, people always say, you've got so many things. Like what, you know, say if a person had $1,000. AJ might have a different opinion on things, but we always say start with bonds. You know, PLAZM, LSteak. I would put 333 into each one. So I don't see a, you know, they're all under the same umbrella. They're all using DBank to track. There's only one wallet for each one. It is all there for you to see. So I like to split everything up. I've got a ton in bonds. I've got a ton in LSteak and a ton in PLAZM. And I don't care if one's doing better than the other. I know that I'm diversified. That is the main thing. Because essentially at the end of the day, it all uses bonds to make the yield. That is the OG, is bonds, because they drive the yield for all this stuff, guys. So when a person asks me, I said, you know what? If you got $1,000, get into all three, split it up however you want. Of course, it's not financial advice, but if you like bonds better, or maybe you like LSteak, but there's a lot of people on LSteak that don't have bonds. Great, whatever. What they don't realize is they actually do have bonds, because that's what's generating 85 or 90% of the yield. All right. There is no LSteak without bonds, period. Okay. Somewhere the money has to be made. All right. We make that with bonds and the hedge, of course, Bitcoin, ETH, and XAUT, which is gold-backed token. All right. So with that said, guys, do we want to touch on anything else about PLAZM, AJ?
Yeah, no, Ryan, I think that was a great overview. I did see, again, Free Blumia Grover, the one and only. He, again, not financial advice, but he says, you know, 35% is a great target. So what he means by that is when you go to the farm page, and Ryan, we can show this again, as long as the ROI, again, assuming about 1,000 PLAZM is the input, as long as that ROI is above 35%, you're looking good. I mean, that would be a reason to do easy mode. Again, just be aware that you are selling some of that PLAZM to cover the fees. And so that is what I just would say. Keep an eye out for if you don't have fresh capital. But it's always going to be the way to outperform everything is to pair your fresh ETH with the PLAZM and stake that. So just again, when you're getting ready to do it, look at the site. Everything is there in real time. You may have to refresh every now and then, but everything's looking good. And yeah, I mean, to your point earlier too, Ryan, about what to get into. Yeah, I think again, starting with bonds again is the cash flow, right? And then if you have a big position in bonds, then you can afford to use some of that yield to pair and stake with fresh capital in PLAZM. So, or go and buy LSteak, or go and buy eShare, or Fusion microgrids. I mean, the whole idea, or GDEX, the whole idea is that you use bonds as a way to generate yield so that you can do these things. And that flywheel, you know, especially within our ecosystem, and that's what Ryan says, everything's under the mothership, right? That means that not only is everything connected under the hood, but it's also connected in the way that you can earn in the system. And so that is such a beautiful thing, because now you're earning on every platform and never having to leave the ecosystem. But we're not necessarily recycling money either, because again, a lot of other protocols, there has to be a loser for there to be a winner, right? But with our protocols, because of the external yield from LP providing, it is really a net positive for everybody. So again, just some really cool ways that we're different.
Yeah, Paul Sever says put everything in LSteak. Then you have bonds, Bitcoin, ETH, and gold. What more can you ask? What can you ask? What more can you need? Yeah, I get it, Paul Sever. It makes sense. You know, unfortunately, we were already running. Bonds have been running for 10, 11 months before LSteak came about. So You know, people are just getting in. Maybe that's the way they want to go. Whatever. I just say split it up on all three, and you decide which one, because your money's never held here, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, ever. You can get out anytime you want. So, and it's 100% transparent, which nowhere else is. So, with that said, guys, that's PLAZM. I'm bullish. I can't wait. I think it's 3 weeks away from tonight, I believe. Yeah, 19th.
Yeah, it'll be here before we know it, right? Yeah.
3 weeks from tonight is when the decision needs to be made, AJ. So put your thinking cap on, and we got to get this figured out.
No doubt. Ryan, anybody want to give Ryan a loan for the 50K? Right,
Yeah.
Ryan? No.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Man.
Honestly, I'd almost feel uncomfortable staking, going in, knowing that I'm going to have 3 million tokens 77 days later, because that's going to would there be any kind of number? Would there be any kind of number that a person, like, what would that do to everyone's bags, AJ?
Yeah, so, and that's really the issue. I mean, obviously I'm joking. I know Ryan has an ETH node. He could get 32 ETH, from unstaking that for sure. But the issue is, like Ryan said, even bringing in all this fresh capital, it really will essentially nuke the share rate on earning for those that are staking. So it's not, you're not necessarily hurting anybody in terms of like reducing the value of their PLAZM, right? It's not like we're dumping on their heads, or you're negatively impacting the price. Like I said, if anything, it'll boost the price over the long run. But what happens is, if you went and did that, Ryan, the entire release pool would go to you, and so like nobody else, rather than, and again, it doesn't. People say PLAZM's a whales game. It really isn't. I mean, again, whether it's Ryan doing it all by himself, or 100 of you putting in, $5K or $500, it's the same result, right? Because there's only so many shares to go around, and so whether it's one whale or individually, it just means that participation is high. And honestly, that's bullish. I mean, a lot of other protocols with the same mechanism, or similar mechanisms, their ROI is a lot higher, but that is not because, it's not because the token price is higher. It's because it has less participants, and that sucks. I mean, again, it goes back to what we said earlier. You could have an amazing ROI, but if the protocol doesn't last, or there is no liquidity, then what does it matter, right? So I would much rather have a lower ROI, knowing that there's a $500,000 treasury that produces external yield every single minute of every single day, 24/7, nonstop, than speculate on something else. So hopefully that answers. Again, it's much more to do with the emissions than actually hurting the price.
Right. So what you're saying is, if I went in again, it would be these 121 people that would be getting diluted.
Yes, exactly. What they're earning every single day, would be diluted. Now we're on the 77-day cycle, Ryan. So a lot of these other guys and gals, their 77-day cycle probably ends around the same time yours does, which again means there's way more shares available. So maybe, who knows? And that's why we have to do it as it happens, because we can't really know the math ahead of time. So
Right.
If everybody unlocks and claims, then maybe you can. Maybe we're all wrong, and the ROI goes to 400%, and Ryan can put his whole bag in, and we're still where we are now at about 30 for everybody else. So that could still be a possibility too.
Right. Yeah, we're just gonna have to see, guys. I mean, I'm excited. I hopefully we'll be surprised, and we'll have some fun doing it when we do it live in front of you, just like we do every other time. So we'll be doing some serious math, and of course we'll be taking consideration the other users as well, because I don't want to be the one be like, oh yeah, Ryan restaked and everyone gets hardly anything now. I want to be that guy. I would rather go back on my word of putting fresh ETH in, or not as much, and be like, hey, I'm going to do 100,000 or 150,000 tokens, and the rest I'm just going to hold or put into XL PLAZM, or whenever that comes out. So I mean that's the plan, guys. So that's PLAZM. You want to get into it? Links in the description. It is a referral link, but we can have those guys because there is zero Ponzi-nomics here. It's real world income, okay, from bonds generating every single minute of every single day. All right. I give away all my referrals anyway. I use those referrals to buy FortuneFi tickets for everybody and my FortuneFi referrals. And you guys should be taking advantage of this on Friday nights, because we're going to talk about that right now. We just gave away the whale pot, which was $520, and I know who won it. I won't say his name, but congratulations. It happened 48 hours later. It was supposed to, because AJ had a little snafu in the back end, but hey, it's all good. We got through it. It won't happen again, guys, because everything's been changed. But yeah, AJ, you want to talk about FortuneFi for a minute?
Yeah, no doubt. So yeah, there was a little bit of an issue. We had the default set to 30 days rather than every last Friday of every month. But yeah, everything's been rectified now. I'll definitely take responsibility for that snafu. But now we're good, man. Everything's good to go. In terms of the contracts, everything happened exactly as it's supposed to. No smart contract issues. Just simply a timing issue. And again, America is so terrible with our daylight savings that we're always an hour difference too. So that doesn't help. And that was where the root of the issue happened. So,
Right.
but anyway, the whole idea is that yes, we're cooking and firing all cylinders. The jackpots have been growing, even with the volatility in the market. We were over 13,000 at one point when ETH was pumping, but that we're well over 5 ETH now. Every week that the actual ETH value is growing, and yeah, I'm super impressed with that, and I think the excitement and the FOMO will really start to build, as we continue to grow, because when the jackpot is 50 grand, 100 grand, a million, I mean, people are just going to be flooding in for a chance
Right.
to win. And the odds are really good. I mean, obviously the main jackpot is typical, jackpot odds where, 1 in 100 million or whatever it is. But the side pots are where it's at. I mean, again, the whale pot, when it did finally draw, it was like a 1 in 12 chance, right, Ryan? I mean,
Yeah, 1 in
insane,
11
bro.
actually.
Yeah.
1 in
Yeah.
11.
Yeah. So again, those odds are unreal. And you're winning, $100 wins $500. That's a 5x. I mean, that's better than any. We say it jokingly, but it's true. Any meme. I mean, I never in the last 2 years I never got a 5x on any meme. So
Right.
again, I think it's only a matter of time before people really understand FortuneFi as well, and we'll be here ready to grow with them. So yeah,
Exactly.
and what Ryan, go ahead and show the splits too. The way the yield is split. Maybe go over that a
Oh
little
yeah,
bit.
yeah. Right here.
Yeah, so again, the tickets that are bought, they don't go into just some random pool where we don't know, or you don't know, or Ryan gets 5%, I take 5%. None of that, right? It's all on-chain provable, where every single penny goes into bonds. That generates yield. Right now we're up to, what is that? Almost 500 bonds now, and that's generating roughly $12 a day, and all that is split to the main jackpot, the side pot, the whale pot, and then the Genesis fund. So all that again is through real yield. It's why, like Ryan always says, we can do a referral on this, because we have outside revenue coming in, no Ponzonomics, all of the above. So, and speaking of that, Ryan, maybe talk about the referral program too.
Yeah, if you guys are link shares, or if you want to be, when this, like AJ said, when this thing gets to 100,000, 500,000 million bucks, you should be taking advantage of this right now and building up that for things going forward. Because when people start buying 100 tickets a week, that would be, because right now I have like 42 referrals. I give it all away, guys. If you come join the Telegram group, I give them away Friday nights. I give away usually about 30 tickets, $60 worth. Whatever I get in referrals, I give it away. You get 10%. Okay, so that's 20 cents in each ticket. When people are buying 100 tickets each, and you got 10 of those people, you could be making $200 a week on referrals when this thing takes off. So share it to your friends, family, loved ones, coworkers, whatever, or gift them a ticket. Get involved with it. I guarantee when this thing takes off, and it will, Rome wasn't built in a day, ladies and gentlemen. This thing is going to take off, and people are going to swarm in, and they won't even. We'll probably run out of tickets. I don't know what's going to happen, but it's going to be nuts. And I can't wait to see that day, because everyone still says, "Oh, I don't want to buy $2 to win, a chance to win 12,000." Those are the same people who don't buy a lottery ticket for the Powerball or the Mega Millions until it reaches $1 billion. Because what are you going to do with 800 million? No, I got to wait till it gets to $1 billion. Then I'll spend my $2. Come on, guys, make a little sense. You know what the problem is, AJ, and most people don't know this. And maybe I'll let you guess, see if you know the answer, because I do, and I think about it all the time because I'm really good with math. How many days do you think are in a million seconds is?
How many days? Yeah, how many days in a million seconds?
Yeah.
I'd say it's probably less than people realize. So I'd say 100 days?
11 days.
All right, there you go.
Okay, so the next question is, how many days are is a billion seconds?
So 10. So oh man, I'm trying to do the math. I gotta answer quick.
You won't even become close.
Yeah, 1,000 days?
31 years.
Whoa. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the difference between a million and a billion. People do not understand how much a billion is. So there's some quick math for you guys. So when someone says they're a millionaire, it's not that much. Okay. A billionaire, that's a lot. A million seconds is 11 days. A billion seconds is 31 years. So little math lesson for you guys. Anyways, we got off track there.
I love it. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but take advantage of the referral system. Okay. Share it with your, friends, family, and coworkers, and buy them a ticket. And how you do that is you go right over here under right there. Links in the description, guys. Hook your wallet up, ETH on base or USDC on base, and you toggle this over to gift entry. Copy and paste their address near. Boom. Buy them a ticket. It instantly sends to their wallet, and it's done. They're in. Just make sure it's a decentralized wallet. Once again, MetaMask, Rabby, whatever. Nothing centralized, guys. I don't know why you would have a centralized wallet anyway. But yeah, it's very easy. You quick pick. You can go over here and clear that, and you can pick your own number. Do whatever you want. I'm too impatient for that. Like we already went through the stats. We already went through we went through the protocol. 492 bonds, which is crazy. Very, very important thing is the streaks, guys. Very, very important. So the streaks, the most you can have right now is 13. I haven't bought my tickets for the week yet. Okay. Because I'm going to do that on a separate show. 13 streaks will be this week. We've only been going for 3 months. All right. So here we are, 13 weeks in. Now, when that number reaches 52, the smart contract knows that Ryan's bought 52 weeks in a row. And guess what happens after that? Every single ticket I buy after that, I get a BOGO. That's a buy one, get one. So every week I buy 13 because you have to spend 100 to get into the whale pot. And that person, if that person, that wallet, and I know who it is, won the whale pot, he only bought 100 that month. He 5x'd his money that month. Okay. Good for him. He had a 1 in 11 chance. It's pretty damn good odds. Okay. He was the lucky winner. And you want those streaks because when I buy 13 in 40 weeks from now, I'm going to get 26 tickets. And guess what? Now I've doubled my chances of winning. So pay attention to streaks. You only have to buy one ticket, guys. Okay. And it's crazy, right? All the stats are BTT, Build a Tech, Scott and Company did an amazing job building the site. It's so easy. All the information is in front of you. And, it's just a plethora of information, your stats. What did you give away? Look at the gift history, guys. Here's all the referrals I've given away, all the tickets I've given away. It's just crazy. And I think it was only $320 in referrals or whatever. I don't even remember. Yeah, here it is. 326 earned. I've given away over 600. And that's on my money too. Whatever. I don't care. I want you guys to win. I buy the minimum tickets. And once again, we go to leaderboard. All the information is here. Last week we had 544 tickets. That's a good week. Okay. That's amazing. This week it'll be, once again, people are in there buying their 13 tickets for the week because they want to be in the whale pot. Okay. 9A3C. This is the one that won the whale pot last week. Okay. That's him or her. So yeah. And the whale club, obviously nobody's in it because it's a fresh month. Top refers. I'm up atop. Whatever. I give it away anyway. It doesn't matter. Longest streaks. 13 is the most, guys. So people are playing. They're having fun with it. You can go back different weeks, take advantage of the referral. We all know how it works, and take advantage of the streaks, guys. Very, very important. So with that said, is there anything else we need to talk about for FortuneFi?
No, I think I covered a lot of it, Ryan. Again, join us for the draw on Friday. So.
Yeah, usually I go live when I can, guys. I'm not going to guarantee I go live every Friday night, but I give away tickets live. There's only like 200 people in the group, and the same 6 to 10 people win the tickets every single week. But good for them. If they want to come and spend time with me on my live, great. I usually go live because I don't have a life, and that's what we do. I give away tickets. I ask dumb questions, and that's what we're going to do for the shirt very shortly, okay? So with that said, let's scoot over to LSteak, which is, well, I think it's 3 weeks old last night, I believe. 3 weeks old last night, and we're cooking with gas on this guy. I'll let you take this one over, AJ.
Yeah, no doubt, Ryan. So LSteak, and I did just get a update from Grover on what he wanted me to highlight real quick. So shout out to you, Grover. And before I get into all that, you guys are gonna do this Thursday, I think, right, Ryan?
Yes, yes.
Is that yeah?
Yep.
Okay. So yeah, make sure that you tune in. Ryan and Grover do their own AMA on the Thursdays that we don't. So, but again, nobody can explain the protocol better than Grover, but I'll do my best. So, what I want to highlight tonight is what Grover said, and that is really understanding the BPT, or the basically the backing per token. That's what that stands for. And what that is, why that is so important is the same thing I discussed earlier with PLAZM, or any token for that matter. Another word again, BPT, backing per token, or what you hear me and Ryan say is collateralization. That basically means that there are actual funds that are backing the token, and it's not just some made up random inflationary token. It's real token. So in our case with LSteak, it's bonds. 90% is in bonds. Again, that is exposed to all the real cryptocurrencies, providing LP, and then 10% is a hedge of gold, Bitcoin, and ETH by themselves. So again, and yeah, you can see it right there at the bottom. All the different, there you go, Ryan. So all the and again, it'll fluctuate between 90% and 10%, maybe a little bit higher depending on, like right now, 89.11. But anyway, that is the whole deal. Obviously, fully transparent. You can click on each individual link as well. That shows the DBank positions, all the yield that's being made. Everything is all right here. The growth potential. And so what happens is when you mint more LSteak or buy LSteak, the whole idea is that you are putting that capital into bonds, especially if you're minting. And then that produces yield, which not only increases the BPT or backing per token, but then also increases the yield that the treasury generates, and then that yield buys and burns the token itself. So that also increases the BPT. So there's like a lot of really cool mechanisms that happens here, which again ultimately is what we call a ratchet, or this mechanism that will automatically push the price of the token up over the long run from the math alone, because your backing value is always growing compared to the tokens themselves. So it's really, really bullish and a really cool thing. Now, obviously, the token price can still go down, which is what we've seen. But that is a lot more based on the price of the backing assets, not necessarily the token itself going down. And a lot of people, again, it doesn't protect against stupidity either, right? So a lot of people sell at a loss, and if you're selling at a loss, then obviously that will push the price down as well. But the real reason, or the real thing, Grover wanted me to highlight tonight, was just paying attention to the arbitrage. So again, the protocol will do it for you for the most part. So if you're going to buy new ETH, it will route accordingly. So when you're buying new, I'm sorry, buying new ETH. When you're buying new LSteak with ETH, you will want to do it through the site itself, because it will automatically either route to buy it on the market or route to mint more LSteak, depending on what is best for you and what is best for the protocol. So if the price is lower than the BPT because somebody sold on the market, then you get a bit of a discount on your LSteak, which is super bullish, and vice versa. Maybe somebody bought on the market, so that we're a little over the backing per token value. You can essentially sell it on the market and then use those funds to mint more LSteak. So there's a lot of really cool ways to do it. Again, I know it sounds complicated, but if you just take a minute to really understand what I just said, it becomes super easy. And yeah, I just want to highlight that. And then obviously, when you do buy LSteak, whether it's on the market or through the app directly, you're always going to want to do the XL stake. So that multiplier just is a little bit more yield based on people getting in and out or staking the token itself as well. So make sure you do that too. So
Yeah.
all right, I think that was it.
Yeah. Once again, guys, you can redeem and sell anytime you want. Your money is never held. One thing good about LSteak, there is no 10%. Like on bonds is when you sell your bond, there's a 10% fee. Even in bonds, I don't get it. AJ doesn't get it. Jake doesn't get it. It stays in the protocol working. Like if you had $1,000 with the bonds you sold, $100 that stays in the protocol. Guess what? That's amazing. Rewarding us OG, the smart people that hold their bonds and they want to earn passive income. Like we said before, I treat bond, and AJ touched on it, I treat the Bernard bonds as my checking account because it's earning me every day. I treat LSteak as my savings account. Okay, my XL stake is growing, and I'm just gonna let it sit. I won't touch it for I don't know, a couple of years at least. Probably I don't know. I probably never will. Who knows? It'll probably go to my kids. I have no idea. I don't have any plans of doing that because I'm just gonna let it grow and grow and grow, and just to see where it goes. So I mean, that's just me. I don't have time to arbitrage it. I don't have time to stare at charts. Oh, I think I should get out. That's not me. I'm diamond hand. I've diamond handed every single thing in my life. And has it gotten me wrecked before? Yeah, it has. But you know what? I trust the team. I trust the protocol. I trust the founders. Obviously, I trust Grover with LSteak and AJ with the rest of it. It's all under the EMP umbrella, guys. I mean, this is it. There is nothing that I could say to, like I said, you can't FUD it. It's unfuddable. So, totally. I mean, with that said, I mean, anything else we need to touch on, AJ?
Yeah, no, I think that was the majority of it. Again, just make sure that you read up on the docs a little bit. The other thing is, like, people say, what's better or what's a what do I get into? I know we talked about that already a few times, but one thing I did want to highlight is really this is a liquid version of bonds, right? And what you're giving up is you're giving up the cash flow, meaning you don't get USDC in your wallet every day or every minute or whatever. But that USDC is going to increase the price of LSteak rather than going to you individually. So that's how you can kind of wrap your head around it. And there's other benefits. I mean, you can, get in and out instantly. You don't have to wait the 48 hours if you're going to redeem a bond. And you don't get hit, like Ryan said, with that tax because, the token itself is liquid. But, if the price goes down of LSteak, then you don't necessarily want to sell it anyway. With bonds, you don't have to worry about that as much because you're getting the USDC. So there is no right or wrong answer. I know all of us have both, and it really just depends on what your preference is. And yeah, I mean, I could easily see this thing doing incredibly well, just like PLAZM, just like everything else, over the next couple of months, even when we get into the bull run, for sure.
Exactly. Let's give away a shirt, AJ, quick. And while we're waiting for the guesses of the question I'm going to ask, I want to talk about something that kind of fell into me and AJ's lap yesterday. We had a little meeting with somebody. We'll talk about that for a minute while we're waiting for the answers. Guys, this is the shirts I'm talking about that I'm going to give away. Scott Tixon makes these. He's PLAZM in the chats. Got the Chewy on the front, the dog. That's my dog. And you got the QR code on the back. If someone scans your back, it's going to bring you right to the Bernard Bond site. So I'm going to give away one of these. If you do not, we're missing McPanic tonight. That's who we're missing, AJ. So
I thought it was quiet tonight.
Yeah,
that's why.
I told him I was going to send him a shirt. He's like, I'll send you my address. Well, you know what? He must not want to be doxxed because he still hasn't sent me his address. So I couldn't send him a shirt, but whatever. Probably saved me $30. So because I think he was across the pond anyway. But if you do not want to be doxxed, I'm not going to keep your address. As soon as I said it, I'm going to delete it. I'm not going to come visit you because I don't like people that much anyway. I'll send it to you, and then I'll get rid of your address, and it'll never be seen again. I don't care. Okay. But if you don't want to give me your address, please do not guess because let someone else earn the shirt. Plus, guys, if you've already won a shirt, let someone else win. Okay. I'm going to ask a question. You get one guess. If you've already won a shirt, please don't guess. I know most of the people, some of the people I have in here, but yeah, you're going to, once you win, you have to DM me in Telegram or links in the description for my email. DM me your full name, address, and your shirt size that you need, and I will send it out tomorrow. Okay. So the question I'm going to ask is, I'm thinking of a number between 1 and 100. The closest person or the closest to get to that number is going to win the shirt. All right. So go ahead and guess. Only guess once, and only if you haven't won a shirt. Now, while people are guessing, AJ, we had a very interesting meeting yesterday. And how would I explain it? And I think I actually have a use case for this. So what it is a real world asset business, guys. It is everyone hears, oh, I want to tokenize a business, or I want to tokenize real estate, like e-estate. That's the big scam, the big rug pull coming up. Okay. They say they're tokenizing real estate. They're not tokenizing it. There's no proof of any ownership or nothing. It's just you sign a smart contract that anybody could make, on whatever. This guy we had a meeting with, he has spent a ton of money making a real world business out of this. Okay. You can tokenize businesses, real estate, rentals, exits on your real estate, just a passive part of it. And we had an hour long, over an hour last night. We were with them, and it is legit. Okay. Everything, the contracts are done by lawyers. It is all smart contracts. Okay. It's paid in with USDC. It is 100% legit. It's built by Build the Tech. Build the Tech made sure everything was on point. They demanded all the information. Who are the lawyers? You know, they vetted the lawyers, they vetted the guy who's building this because they don't want their name attached to any Ponzi. So this is the real deal, guys. And I'm thinking about, I'll just do a real quick story. I have 2 fourplexes that sit side by side. Okay. A year ago, January, apartment started on fire on the top floor of one side. It wrecked the apartment, that apartment, and the one below it. The 2 on the other side are fine. They're smoke damage, need to be clean, painted, new flooring because there was a little bit of water damage too. Anyways, that apartment has been uninhabitable for about 16 months, whatever. The insurance company didn't want to give me nothing because they thought the fire was suspicious or the tenant was whatever. So, you know, insurance company, you have to fight for every dollar. So anyway, I'm out pretty much this building, especially for income. Those units rent for about $800 a month. Okay. So it generates about $3,200 a month in income if they were rented. So I'm losing that every month because it sits empty. I'm thinking about tokenizing that for shares in it. So that would be like a raise to fix it and rent it. And in return, the investor would get like 8 to 10% APY, right? For the investment of, you know, it's like it's a 6-month fix. I've already got the estimates to fix it. And am I explaining this right, AJ, or do you want to maybe go into, maybe you know about more than I do, but I just.
Yeah, no, Ryan, I think you did great, man. Yeah, so the whole idea, again, it's a legitimate way of tokenizing anything, and for that matter, I mean, again, the biggest things are real estate and businesses. And yeah, just like we generate real yield through LP providing, you know, in this particular example, Ryan is saying, you know, again, just hypothetically, you know, everything is legit. He has the paperwork, he shows you. You have to, you know, you will probably have to KYC and get, you know, the lawyers have to do the paperwork, but then you have real title claim to, you know, this offer. And then yeah, basically, Ryan, the money that is raised goes to fix the property up. Ryan puts in the hard effort in doing the work himself or hiring somebody, and the property management and all that. Obviously, Ryan would get a cut for that as well. But then the remainder, say, you know, 70-80% of the rental income is then brought back on chain, you know, again through Sprit or whatever else, and paid to you as a payment. And it's all legit. It's all, again, regulated, and you know, you have real paperwork, real lawyers, as transparent as it can be, money in, money out. And doing it in a way that, you know, is exciting. So yeah, and again, there's other examples. You know, I've thought about maybe doing it for one of my real world businesses as well, where you essentially become part owner in the business. Whatever that business is able to generate, you know, is then brought back and split among all the holders. So it's really cool. I mean, BTT has done an incredible job. They always do. And this is still super early. I don't even know if we're allowed to be talking about it, but we wanted to brainstorm a little bit with all of you. So maybe just let Ryan and I know in some of the chats if that's even something that interests you. Obviously, it wouldn't be, you know, crazy APR because there's a lot more moving parts and lawyers have to get paid, and you know, there's a lot more that goes into it. Obviously, Ryan or me or whoever else has to get paid to do the property management, but it's completely outside of crypto, meaning, you know, you don't have to worry about the volatility of the LPs or, you know, anything happening on chain. It's a real world business that generates cash. So yeah, I think that was a good overview for sure.
Right. Yeah. So, okay. Yeah. So just a thought, guys, if that's something that interests you, I mean, we'd be looking anywhere from, you know, anywhere from 6 to 10% APY, depending how the deal looks. And it's all legitimate. It'd be crypto in, crypto out. And what you do with that as far as taxes, that's up to you, you know, but it's a chance for getting into real estate where you don't have the headaches, right? I want to do it just to show that it can be done because we are so early in the real world asset and tokenized real estate, guys. This stuff that eState's doing is a freaking joke. Okay, that is a Ponzi. All right, there's no referral systems for this. There's no nothing because there is no room for that stuff. Okay, I want to do it just to smash this into their faces. Like, this is how it's done in eState. Okay, but anyways, let us know in the DMs or comments or whatever. Maybe I'll start a Telegram group and to see if there's any interest. But I might even do that. I might do that just to try it out. So it wouldn't be a huge investment to get that building up. I think it'd be less than, I don't know. I think it'd be right around 150K to probably get that building fixed up and rented. So, I mean, 10% APY isn't horrible. It's better than your Roth IRA, so just saying. But anyways, that said, I got 2 guesses for a t-shirt. I shouldn't even give it away. Is anybody even hitting the like button? I mean, me and AJ have been on for 2 hours now. This is the longest one yet. Anyways, well, that's that. So the winner is DeFi After Party. My number was 53 and he guessed 57. So I guess I'm sending a shirt. You had a 50-50 shot because Maurice guessed twice. DeFi After Party is closest anyway. But anyways, DeFi After Party, you've got my DMs. Shoot me your address and your shirt size. I will send that off tomorrow. You'll have it probably by the weekend because I think you're in the States anyway. But with that said, AJ, holy cow, 2 hours and 5 minutes. I mean, like, what are we doing? Like, this is
I know, bro. It's getting insane. We're building too much cool stuff to go over in a reasonable amount of time, right? So yeah, no doubt. I know we're gonna wrap it up here. The only thing I wanted to add, I think we went over everything tonight amazingly well. But keep an eye out on Wednesday when we top up for the next epoch. We should see that magic $1.5 million mark be hit. So again, that's 1.5 million in real USDC that's been paid out to our all the bond holders. I mean, that is just something that you cannot argue with. So spread the word, let people know, try to save them. Again, we say it from we'll see the outro here in a minute. Chewy saving you from the crypto trenches, right? Share and save others from the crypto trenches, because again, with hundreds of millions of dollars going into these scam protocols and literal thieves running off with the money, you could be putting that into bonds and earning and doing it in a transparent and sustainable way for the future, where it's not just going to go to zero overnight. So
exactly.
But yeah, thanks for always having me, Ryan. I appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, no worries, guys. And we enjoy doing this, guys. I know it was a little long tonight, and you know what? We enjoy doing it. I think it's good information for you guys to have. You can actually see the founders and talk to them live. I mean, where else can you do that? You can't do that nowhere else, guys. Okay, so you should be appreciating it. How transparent we are with doxed wallets, doxed founders, doxed owners, doxed everybody, and everything is on DBank. Only under the EMP umbrella will you find this, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you for joining. Thank you for the questions. DeFi After Party, you're going to get me your thing. Guys, thanks for watching. Hit the like button on the way out, please. It helps get the algorithm out there. Please share this stuff with your friends, coworkers, whatever. This is how we build, okay? This is how we build. So, and we want to continue to build new things, okay? Because we have a lot of ideas. Me and AJ are in the trenches, like he said, every single day. That's what we want to be doing, and that's what we're good at doing. And I enjoy doing it, and I know AJ does as well. So with that said, guys, thank you for watching. Spread the word. I hope everybody has a great rest of their Tuesday evening, and we'll see you in the next one.
Cheers.
They came to the mountains chasing freedom, fortune, and a better life. like many in crypto, they lost the trail. Buried by scams, fake yields, empty promises, and vaporware. When the mountain turns against you, hype will not save you. Rescue takes something stronger.
Someone save us.
Something steady, transparent, built to endure.
Bless you, you majestic beast.
A safer path through the storm.
Sir, you are safe now. Nobody here is launching a token tonight.
Bernard Bonds, saving you from the crypto trenches.